As I mentioned in the overview screencast for landing pages, one of the big problems that I see in quite a lot of subjects is that the information around online meetings is spread in multiple places. So one way to get around this is to use a starting point, something like this one. You can see there's a heading. You can use that for whatever you want. I just use that as a way of highlighting when the next online meeting is at. I've created two separate sections here. First one is about access and help, really. So go into the orange area. It's really easy to see, okay, access the online meeting room right there, and there's help for students as well. You could use this bottom section here as a way of being able to let students know about what your expectations were for interaction and participation in the online meetings. Over on the right is totally devoted to the online meeting schedule, accessing when the online meetings are on, as well as the recordings as well. You'll see that I've put a link in here to the time zone converter. Students can click on that and then change the meeting times to whatever their local time is. If you want to go one step further, you can. There's another way you can do about a meeting planner, but it's an extra couple of steps, so you probably wouldn't really do that unless you had multiple students in different time zones and you had a bit of spare time on your hands. Okay, so then I've just put down here the week. And what do we bring to the subject? So there's a bit of a title for the online meeting. Again, it's just a clear, simple, straightforward message about what the focus of that online meeting is. Obviously the time, and a little bit more about what you're going to be doing in that meeting. And the length as well, because it's quite easy. You don't really need to have a whole big table around this. You can just convert that or just link that title to the recording itself. And that's about it. So the thing is now is how do I actually go about taking that into my own site if I want to use something similar to this. So what I'd do is I'd click on that link here. I would copy all of that code. Then I would go into my own own site. And once I'm in the site, I just go and add a new content area, just called online meetings, or whatever you wish. I'll make it available to users. Click submit. And you see it's coming right down the bottom. So I bring it up the top. Now online meetings generally would go in your subject community area. Once I've got that, I click on the link, and under build comment I add an item. Click on the HTML code, select V, and then update and submit. Now all of that information is now there and ready for me to edit. Of course, if I want to go in and change that, because this isn't going to be right, I would change this time here. I would go through and I would remove that link because it's not going to be the link to your meeting room. I would call, in this case, HRC 408 online meeting room. This is fine to keep as it is. I might want to go in and change this if there's a particular focus or particular expectations around my online meetings. I would definitely, I'll leave this in because it's about the time zone. I would definitely change that link again, just go through and break it, and I would go through and change the text and then continue to add in other weeks as I go. Week 4, for example. If I want that link, I just do a little shift return or shift enter, and that gets me the space between them, and that's often easier so you can see the differences between the weeks. That's just easier to find them. I can go in and change this here as a main message. And now I've got a clear, simple link in the right space in my navigation bar that tells me everything I need to know about online meetings, all in one clear, well-presented space.